Today has felt like it is both going at light speed and at a snail's pace at the same time. People go about their day, go to work, school, pick up kids, drop off kids, drop kids, do chores, run errands. During the day, it feels safer. The sun shining down on everyone and everything, illuminating all that the light touches, making it very difficult for anyone or anything to hide. However, that sense of foreboding starts to fill you as the sun slowly begins its descension over the horizon. The light can't stay out forever. That sense of uncertainty of the unknown begins to creep into our minds. We find ourselves a bit more alert, on edge, as if expecting something to come out from the dark. However, is the monster that go bump in the night foe or friend? Welcome to episode 2, Decisions. Hello, Echo. How are you today?
Uneasy, uncertain, unsure. There's something there that I can't quite grasp. Something that's just out of reach. And I can't explain it. I'm both terrified and at the same time curious. It's a lot of emotions today.
I bet. You've been through quite a lot in the last 24 hours. We are currently in your apartment. The sun just setting over the skyline. The old building that you're in was probably built about 100 years ago or so. Maintained to the best of its abilities despite the fact that the landlord is getting up there in years. You feel your phone vibrate in your pocket.
Reach into the pocket of my leather jacket that, I always have on. Kind of pull it out, unlock it, take a look at the notifications on it.
It is. You have a few notifications from your Twitter feed, because we refuse to call it X. Some reminder emails that your utilities are due, past due actually.
Naturally.
But the thing that caused your phone to vibrate this time was a text message from an unknown number. It reads, "You left your location on Silly. I'm coming to pick you."
Sorry.
This message is followed.
You're coming to
pick you up.
Okay.
That message is quickly followed by, from the same number, because gas is expensive and stuff, and I had to pick up some supplies, but I should be there in 20-ish minutes.
Tap out a quick reply. Thanks for the reminder. Do you need me to chip in for gas?
You see the little bubble notification a bit, but it disappears quickly before it reappears, and it says, "Lol, don't worry about it. Is money even really a thing anymore? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh, by the way, it's Ro, smiley face."
Take a moment. Well, could be worse. Could be the price of eggs in the States, I suppose.
She sends you a laughing face emoji and just says, "Right?"
See you soon.
She sends you a little heart emoji. About 10 minutes later, you hear a knock at your door. Loud, crisp knock.
Hello? As I make my way over towards the door.
There's another knock, and you hear an elderly voice say, "Echo! You there?"
Do I recognize the voice?
Oh, yes. You most certainly do. It is the voice of your landlord, Frank Bundy. And yes, He is aware of the implications. No, he is not related to Ted Bundy. He gets that all the time.
I'll take a moment, slip the phone back into my pocket. What can I do for you, Frank?
I got your mail again.
They really got to start watching that. Unlock the door. Turn the handle, open it.
You unlock the door. Yep. And there standing is your landlord, Frank Bundy. He is a man in his mid-80s, very well, graying hair, well-kept mustache, wearing his usual greenish blazer with a crisp colored shirt underneath, thick glasses, and those classic old man hats. And I am putting a picture in the side chat for you to see. He's holding it. He's just like, every day. I swear it's a conspiracy at this point, Birdie. He just holds over a small stack of envelopes to you.
You know, we really
Conspiracy.
should put a notice on your mailbox or something like that. I appreciate you, as always, bringing it up. Thank you.
Don't worry about it. It gives me something to do. You know I gotta do something with these old bones. Otherwise, my granddaughter's on my ass.
Yeah. How is she these days?
She's good. You would know the granddaughter that he is talking about is his, you think, either only or oldest granddaughter, Rodna. She is around the same age as you. You've seen her a couple of times around the apartment complex. She's his, you think, a live-in nurse for him. She takes full care of him because, as you know with Frank, he is a stubborn old man who refuses to be put in a home, and he keeps insisting he can keep up with the maintenance of this place, and it's not uncommon to catch him on very old ladders trying to fix things he really shouldn't at his age. But yeah, you've seen his granddaughter around. She has a face. The best way you can put it without being too cruel is she has a face a mother could love. She has big buck teeth, acne scars all over from not taking care of herself. And even though you know for a fact that she bathes regularly because she doesn't have bad body odor, her hair always looks like someone dumped a bucket of grease on it. She was taking a nap last I saw her. Apparently was up all night last night. Not sure if it's about a boy or a girl. I don't judge. But yeah, apparently it went down. She's okay though. She gets it. She's a good girl. She's got things good.
What's going on? How's she been doing lately? Like, it can't be easy doing everything she does.
She's doing best she can. I give her breaks as much as she'll let me. Her folks still come in and keep up with her. She's, recently she's been watching some of your videos and stuff that you put up on that Tickety Talk app. And
my videos?
She showed... Was it the video? No, it was not. No, you're not the one with the videos. Someone else with videos. Someone else that does, like, journalism, which I appreciate, as you know. Because you know that Frank, back in his day, was also a freelance journalist. Which is why, even though you are about 2 months behind on rent, he hasn't mentioned it once.
I mean, I do put out videos, Frank, but I don't know why she'd be watching mine.
I don't know. Something to do. Apparently she...
I don't exactly go for the norm.
Yeah, but she also reads those weird books with the aliens in them. I never understood.
She's a Supernatural fan. That makes sense. You know what? Tell her if she
It
ever...
always has been
Tell her
since
if
she was a kid.
Sorry, say that again.
She always been into the supernatural and shit. I blame the fact that this place is haunted. She said she used to be able to see ghosts. Hasn't mentioned it since, but you know how kids are.
I'll tell you what. You let her know that if she ever needs to take a load off, or she ever wants somebody to, like, chat with, I'm more than happy to put on a pot of coffee for her.
You know what? I might just do that. She needs a break. God knows she needs some more friends. She's always on her laptop, just, like, chatting with those people on the friggin', what's it called? The messengers and the discords on the interwebs, with the YouTubes.
Yeah.
It's just... It's all above me.
Well, as always, I appreciate you bringing me my mail, Frank, and I will have rent for you as soon as I can. Things are a little tight right now, and
Oh, you didn't pay yet?
I appreciate your leniency.
Huh. I thought you paid already. Oh, maybe Rhonda's right. Maybe my mind is going. Listen, I know what it's like being a freelance journalist. My wife, Erin, bless her soul. Sir, she helped me through that. Don't worry about it. Get to me when you can.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries.
I'm actually getting ready to follow up on a lead tonight, so can't stick around too long.
Oh.
But,
you got protection?
I've got myself taken care of.
Do you need my cane?
No, I've got myself taken care of, but thank you.
All right. Don't be afraid to call me if you need it. I might not look like much, but I can handle myself in a scruff.
Trust me, when this story breaks, you'll get your money in spades.
Excellent. Now, I gotta go back before Rhonda realizes I left. That girl, I swear, she's on me like white on rice. And he hobbles away. He actually is in the apartment right next to you, because you guys, it's one of those buildings where there's like 6 units in total, 2 in the basement, 2 on the main floor, and 2 on the upper floor.
Yeah.
He's in the one right next to you, and you hear a voice call, "Grandpa, what did I tell you about going places without telling me? I'm fine, he says as he hobbles into the apartment with his cane and just closes the door.
With that, I will grab my shoes. I will grab my phone, a notepad and a pen, stick them in the inside pocket of my jacket, my wallet, whatever else I think I might need. And I'll get ready to head out.
As you head out, you see that right outside your apartment complex, or like the building you're in, there is, kind of reminds you of the old school mystery machine without like the orange flowers on it. The driver's door is open, and there is a young man wearing a white colored shirt, a black leather jacket with a badge on it that says, "Do not touch me." Black hair, wearing a black beanie, and he has this very amused smile as he's like looking down the sidewalk. A rendition of S&M, but like a heavy metal version, is playing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look down the street to see what the fuck he's looking at, you see Ro just like bouncing and like dancing as if she's at a club. Just very happy. Happy as can be. The man notices you, is like, "She got the zoomies."
Yeah, she does that from what I gather.
Yep.
Huh. She always like
She'll
this?
be fine. She just needs... Yeah.
Are we sure she's not a cat
She
in disguise?
loves this song.
Are we sure she's not a cat in disguise?
She said that if she could be reincarnate, she'd want to be either a cat or a fox, because she loves those videos of the foxes that jump into snow.
I'll file that away for later. I have questions about that. But...
Yeah. Completely valid. She'll be fine. She just needs to
finish this song. It's one of her favorites. It came on and she was like, oh my god, I have to dance now. Now she's just this. She'll be okay.
So I take it you're my ride.
Yeah. Point of order, never let her get behind a wheel unless you don't like the car.
Fair. By the way, gorgeous wheels.
Why, thank you.
Did you do the decorating?
Restored it myself.
You restored it yourself. That's impressive. Scooby-Doo fan?
Yeah. Me and Ro watched it when it first came out. Pretty cool.
Echo says absolutely nothing to that.
By the way, he holds out a hand to you. Charlie.
Echo, your button thingy.
Oh, this is more for when people try to touch me without my consent, because that was a bit of an issue.
Gotcha.
So, it's fine.
Echo reaches out, takes the hand, shakes it.
He shakes your hand. It's a nice firm grip, and you notice, unlike with Ro's handshake, his hands are actually very warm.
Huh.
He looks down the street like, Ro, you done? She looks over like, oh my god, Echo! And she like races over and just hugs you like, hi, oh my god, this place is so cool. Like, I love the old vibe.
Thanks. Just found out from my landlord tonight that apparently it's haunted?
You didn't know?
I've never had any issues up until now. Can't wait to see what that's all about. Maybe I should poke into that a little bit. Might be good for kind of a blog post or something.
You see that Rose seems to like not say anything, and you look and she's like looking at the building. Just like deep stare, and Charlie's just like, oh no. One,
did I say something wrong?
two. She's like 2, 3. I'd say 3 for sure that I can see.
What do you mean that you can see?
Ghost.
Okay. I'm not asking.
Come on, let's get in. You can't really ask much out here anyway, because, you know,
I'm not gonna
normies.
I'm not gonna ask, but and with that, Echo climbs into the van through the back door.
Yay. Yep. Ro gets into the front with Charlie, and he starts up the car to start driving down. Ro turns around and is just like, so I take it, since you agreed to come in with us, that you are going to take the plunge?
I'm leaning more towards yes. Still not 100% sure, but in for a penny, in for a pound, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for.
Well, we have like 20 minutes before we get to the place. Are there any questions you want to ask that might alleviate or make you sway more one way or the other? Or we can talk in front of Charlie. Charlie knows everything. I don't know everything, Ro. Well, you know enough.
So many questions. I'm assuming there's certain things I'm only going to be able to find out through experience.
Yeah.
I can talk freely here with Charlie.
Oh yeah, Charlie's cool. Charlie's good people. I mean, Charlie's been with me since I became what I am, so.
And how long has that been?
Since I was embraced? Oh, gee. About a little over 100 years, give or take.
You see Echo, like, visibly just choke for a sec on air. And you don't look a day over 50.
Why, thank you. I take very good care of myself. But also, I was embraced, like, before I turned 22, so. I don't age. We don't age.
I was trying to be funny. You know, crack a joke. Sorry, apparently it fell flat.
Oh.
Charlie just chuckles like, yeah, sometimes humor doesn't really reach her ears when she gets hyper-focused.
You are...
Charlie, stop being mean.
Echo turns to Ro for just a quick moment. You really are the embodiment of ADHD, aren't you?
Yes. Do you know how good it was to know there was a word for what I was going through? We didn't have that back in the 1900s.
So wait, if you were embraced over 100 years ago, the early 1900s... That's why I got into journalism. Oh, what a time. But you got to live it.
If you ever have any questions about historical events, especially things that took place in London, yeah, I'm your girl.
Oh, honey, I have so many questions. And when I tell you the urge to write about that, I know I can't, but from a first-hand experience is absolutely Wait a minute. Oh, that's a gorgeous idea. I wonder what the possibility is. I wonder if I could make a publication just for you guys. There's gotta be a way to do that.
What do you think vampire media is? It's all propaganda.
Yeah, but... Wait, I have ideas. I have ideas for writing. You know how long it's been since I've had, like, a genuine, bona fide idea for a decent fucking story instead of just the blah shit and following up on dead-end fucking leads? Do you have any idea? I'll get into that later.
Well, that's nothing. If you think I'm great, like, there are some people who have been, there are some of us who have been around since the forming of, like, the United States.
Huh.
I'm actually older than Serafina.
And you work for her?
Yeah. She had a vision, and she said I could do my experiments, and people would appreciate it. Serafina just gave us a place to, like, be who we are without worrying about things.
She seems like a good person.
She is. She tries to pretend she isn't, but she's really a big softie. Don't let what anyone else say fool you. Most of our coworkers are softie.
Huh. Echo, pulls out the phone. Looks at the time. Taps out a couple of messages. So what's on the docket for tonight?
Well, So apparently, I got the lowdown from Serafina before Charlie and I had to go do some running around
Yep.
to pick up supplies. But apparently, she got a hold of the person that she wanted to. Serafina was kind of giddy about it because apparently this person doesn't like people. But, I mean, you can't ignore a favor that's owed in our society, so.
How much is that going to come back to bite me in the ass?
The favor?
That favors can't be ignored.
Oh, that's right. You don't know. Okay. So, Ro, ignoring all safety laws involving cars, just like turns around in her seat. So she's like kneeling on the seat as she's facing you. So in our world, if you choose to be a part of our world, favors are basically our currency.
Hence the what even is money comment.
You can have all the money in the world if you have the right amount of favors.
Okay.
And depending on the type of favor, depends on how much you owe the person. For example, from my understanding of with Serafina, apparently this person owes her like a minor boon because of something Serafina helped them with a while ago.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes if it's like out of your control or you're like, no, that doesn't measure the same amount of a boon that's owed, then you can say no. But it's like kind of a slap in the face.
So, what should I expect tonight?
Honestly, I don't know. I've never met this person that's coming here. They're kind of nomadic, and, well, the kind she isn't exactly what's the word I'm looking for? Looked favorably upon in our society.
So in order to get the freedom and the flexibility that I need, that's gonna be me.
Well, first of all, we're friends now, and you don't got a choice in that, so you're stuck with me. And by that extension, Charlie over here. Do I have a say in this? No, you do not. Okay, just checking, Ro. And that's like a general statement, really? So, it's kind of like all prosecutors are lawyers, but not all lawyers are prosecutors.
Your logic's just kind of like in a world of its own, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
It doesn't help that I have like a million things happening in my head at once, and I am not doing a good job explaining this.
You know
because
what?
I don't want to overload you with information.
You know what? Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. If I got questions, I'll ask. Okay, let's just make that easier for you.
The easiest way I could possibly explain this without overloading. Okay, so clans. I'm guessing you know what a clan is, like the general
Like a
term of a clan.
Tree branch or a family. At least that's the impression I'm getting.
Yes. So all of us are from the same tree, but no branch or clan is exactly like the other. My clan is not like Serafina's clan. The one you're meeting tonight, though, is basically if a member broke off the branch and we don't know where it came from.
Did you just call me a stick on the ground?
I think technically it's called a sprig, but yeah. But it's a pretty stick. It's the kind of stick that people are like, oh wow, look, cool stick. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna take it with me and I'm gonna put it with my collection of sticks.
Echo grabs the bridge of their nose for a moment, rubs it, looks up into the rearview mirror, meets Charlie's eyes for a second, and then just kind of sighs.
Charlie catches that and is very clearly trying not to laugh, and Ro's like, Charlie! Stop laughing at me! I'm like, then stop being funny.
Okay, is there anything that I absolutely need to know for tonight? Let's focus on tonight first, then.
Okay, we can focus on tonight. So we booked you a private booth to speak with the person. I believe her name is Reilynn.
Okay, one moment.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Her name is Reilynn, Reilynn.
Okay.
She travels around a lot. I've never met her. Basically, from my understanding, Seraphina gave you a chance to like talk with her, and if things go how you want them to, or how you expect them to, you'll become one of us. And if not, we figure something out. There's other ways to be a part of our society without embracing.
One hurdle at a time. Let's just get this meeting over with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead first, because otherwise we're gonna move to the next scene if you have a question or something.
Oh, nope. Move to the next scene. It was more just me filling air.
Okay, so as we say this, Charlie skillfully pulls into a parking space just outside the building where you know is the door towards the Velvet Pussycat. Charlie gets out first. He walks around. He opens the door for both you and Ro.
We'll get out.
Ro hops out. She brushes herself off like, all right. So, are you ready? We still got to go through like the front door and stuff, and who knows? Maybe you'll get to see some of the other people who work here. I know you got to talk with Rafe a bit.
Rafe seems like an interesting person. Am I ready? That's a loaded question.
I mean, it typically is. But, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Alright.
I believe is the saying.
Let's,
Okay.
let's do this.
Okay, just 1 second. I am looking for
Take your time.
something. Where?
Just bear with us for 1 second, folks.
One moment as I get the next thing together, because reasons. As you are I just had it. What?
Take your time.
Just computers doing computer things and not doing the thing I want them to, because we all relate to this. As you are entering, you Charlie says the passcode for you guys as you enter, and upon entering the main foyer of the Velvet Pussycat, you see there's actually a bit of some kind of scruffle happening. Well, scruffle might not be the correct term. You see a gentleman, a burly man with like one of those military haircuts, wearing a black shirt that says security on the front. He has very defined features, chiseled face, rather stern looking. The kind of man that you look at and think, this guy could bench press me because his biceps are literally the size of my head. And he is holding a man by his throat, and he just does not look impressed as he is walking towards the front door. And Ro just like, oh no, takes you and like takes a few steps to the side as the man just gives Ro a curt nod.
Just kind of
keeps walking as the man is still holding the other gentleman by his throat.
Just kind of stand. Echo will just kind of stand there, not really registering that they should probably move out of the way, and just staring at this scene for a moment.
That is not what I wanted to post. Why is this being a bitch? Please hold.
Yep.
As I try to get the picture of this man.
Echo just looks over at the guy with the crew cut, the security shirt. Doesn't really know what to say. For the first time in their life, Echo's at a loss for words, really. Like, has been all night. It's really off-putting, almost. You can see an almost uncomfortableness cross Echo's face and features. Rough night?
He doesn't respond at first. He just like one moment. And he like takes the gentleman outside. Will it not let me? Don't you hate it when computers decide to be little bitches and just
Yeah, a little bit. If you need a hand with something, let me know.
Well, no, it's just my computer. Like, I keep saving the image, but for some reason, it's not showing up where
I save
Is
it.
it in your downloads folder?
I'm currently looking there, yeah. Also doesn't help that my computer is
That your computer is...
slow.
So if you right-click, at least on my machine, if you right-click and, what is it, copy image link and drop that in Discord, it will generate the image into Discord chat.
Yep, I'm trying that now. Sorry for
You're
the
good.
delay, guys.
You're fine. Take a breath. You've got this. You're a brand new storyteller. Okay? You're good. The other thing you can do is the print screen option, if you need to. I don't know if you have that on your computer, but...
Me.
Coffee.
Yeah, if anyone needs to take a bio break or like...
Now would be the perfect time to do that.
Yeah, bio breaks. Bio break. I command thee.
You command thee, do you?
I command thee.
The other option is, I don't know, send it to me in a DM.
Well, the issue is it's not letting me like send anything right now. Oh, wait, here we go. All right.
We got it?
Yep, we got it. Now we just gotta send. Send. I see it. Send it.
Waiting. Waiting. Oh, goddamn!
There we go.
Hold on. Drop that in the Twitch chat. There we go. Alright.
Yep, and there we go. That is the gentleman you see. He is roughly, you're pretty sure this guy is taller than 6'5". Looks like he is made out of 250 pounds of pure muscle. You faintly see on his bicep as he's walking by what looks to be some sort of military standard tattoo, possibly from... You're not sure. You're not... Actually, could you roll me a intelligence and history check?
1 second. So history's not a thing. There's academics, investigation, there's insight. If you're going like history, if you're going history knowledge for things that have actually happened in actual fact, it would probably fall under academics.
Okay, yeah. So go with intelligence and academics.
Okay, so that is 3 for intelligence and 1 for academics. That is 3 successes.
Okay. It takes you a second. You remember vaguely from some world history classes that you took at college, just to fill in like an empty spot you had.
Electives.
That it was for the U.S. Navy SEALs.
I'm just kind of look up at him for a second. Again, Echo looks up, not really clicking that they should probably move out of the way, and just rough night.
You could say that. And Ro just like gently takes your arm and
pulls you to the side as the gentleman keeps walking out, just holding this guy who appears to be either unconscious or heavily inebriated.
Echo has absolutely no resistance whatsoever, and then a moment later looks over at Ro. Who's the Jack Reacher wannabe?
So that gentleman right there is our head of security. As I quickly try to find, I have too many tabs.
Head of security, you say?
That is
huh?
Marcus. Yep, Marcus Blackwood.
I see. So does Tall, Dark, and Handsome actually talk, or...
Speaking of Tall, Dark, and Handsome, he walks back in, brushes his hands off of his jeans, looks at you both. Terribly sorry for that. Had to deal with some ruffians who decided to try to get a little handsy with some of the girls here.
Ah, I see. Don't worry about it.
This a friend of yours, Miss Rowe? Yes, this is Echo. They use they, them pronouns, though. I see. Mix Echo, then. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Marcus Blackwood. He holds out his hand to you.
Echo just kind of tilts their head for a second, looks up at Marcus. You know honorifics.
I've been around quite a long time.
Echo will take the hand offered. Doesn't say anything, but will take the hand offered.
Very firm handshake. Also, very cold. Gives it a firm shake. Just, it's an honor to make your acquaintance. I've heard a bit about you from Mr. Rafe and a few of our other employees here.
The pleasure's mine, believe me.
Mm-hmm. I do believe you have a meeting with an associate of Miss Seraphina's tonight.
That's why I'm here.
Very well. I won't keep you from that for too long. Then I gotta go and check up on the girl, make sure she's doing all right. You two have a good night. You have any trouble, do not be afraid to find me. He gives you not like a respectful head nod before making his way off. You see off to the side there seems to be not a super young girl, but maybe someone in her very early 20s looking a little shaken up, and he's softly speaking to her about something, and she just nods her head repeatedly, and he just he puts his hand behind her, not touching her though, and just gestures for her to follow him, and takes her towards the back room to, you're not sure, maybe talk to her, help her calm down, something. And Rose just he's from the South. He's our big brother. He's great.
Yeah.
We love him.
I got that slight southern twang to his accent. Or that slight southern twang of an accent on him.
Mm-hmm.
So what's he do in his spare time?
Depends. He hangs out here a lot. He's very no nonsense by the book when it comes to keeping us all safe. He does, however, enjoy working on machinery. Also, although there is no confirmed proof for this, apparently sometimes if there is a known person who is causing women or young people trouble, they go missing shortly after he finds out about it. Also, this is more a general statement. This is a statement we all follow. Don't piss him off. Like, it's hard to do.
Look.
He's usually a very cool, calm, and collected guy, but try not to piss him off.
Look, when somebody has a bicep about as large as my head and could probably snap me in half by sneezing, I try very hard not to upset them.
I mean, that's nothing. His thigh's like the size of my waist.
Echo freezes at that for a moment. Just stops, like, almost like batteries have run out. And it takes a long moment for her brain to reboot, and looks up at Ro. I'm gonna file that away for later. I have more.
Seraphina tried getting him to become one of the dancers, but he said that he's not graceful enough for that shit.
Echo just kind of stares off into the distance for a minute. Like a long minute. Sorry, I believe we have business to attend to, yes?
She's just like grinning ear to ear, like, he has that effect on a lot of people, don't worry.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I don't know where you're supposed to go. She goes to the little podium, is like flipping through the papers, like, nope, nope, not the right name. Nope, nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Where are you? And out of nowhere, you see this elegant-looking woman walk over and just, like, bap Ro on the head, like, what are you doing? Ow! Fiona! You know you're not supposed to touch my books. Well, how else am I supposed to know where to put my friend? You ask me? You weren't here! I take it you're Echo?
Yeah, that's me.
Excellent. We've been expecting you. Please, I'm Fiona. Please come with me.
And Echo will follow.
Oh, actually, correction. It is not Fiona. Isolde Thorn is the one that greets you. And she picks up her clipboard, gives Ro a side eye, and says, Draven's looking for you. And she's like, Roger! Echo, I'll see you later. And she, like, scampers off. And you follow Isolde.
Have fun?
Will do!
And Echo will follow Isolde.
Yep. She takes you through the main area.
Mm-hmm.
She takes you through... Sorry, I was reading the chat.
You're fine.
She takes you through the main area and actually up the stairs to the VIP area.
Mm-hmm.
And takes you to one of the booths that oversees the stage. There is currently a very sensual performance with one of the dancers who's using a chair that is basically very reminiscent to the what was it called? You know that TikTok trend that was going on with the river song with the chair choreograph?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of that. You see Seraphina sitting at the booth, looking as glamorous and as effortlessly put together as always. Today she is wearing some luxurious satins that's just hugging her figure in all the right areas. And she's speaking to someone who looks like they want to be anywhere else but there. Burgundy hair, pale skin, very sharp features. I gotta stop saying
You're good. Don't worry. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on that.
She appears to be in like her early to mid 20s, wearing a leather jacket, arms crossed, just does not want to be there. Seraphina just has this very amused smile on her face as she sees you, and she stands up. Oh, Echo, it's so good to see you, my dear. And she like walks over, puts her hands on your shoulders, and gives you like a kiss on both cheeks.
Hi, hi, Seraphina. Good to see you again.
Thank you. It's lovely to see you too.
Sorry, I'm slightly out of odds at the moment. I'll be fine in a few minutes. Just bear with me.
Oh, is everything all right? I understand that Ro volunteered to go pick you up. I hope she wasn't too overwhelming for you.
We ran
into.
I think his name's Marcus on the way in.
Ah, yes, that makes much more sense.
Anyways, you asked me to come back.
Yes.
And Echo just stands there.
I would like to introduce. All right, then. She has this very amused look on her face as she gestures towards the person. They have rich burgundy hair that's cascading in waves that goes about midway to their back. They're wearing heavy dark eye makeup that coats their eyelids. They have these brilliant green emerald eyes that seem to just stare straight into you. You see what appears to be like the very faintest hint of freckles across their cheeks, but it seems that lacking sun, they haven't had a chance to properly grow fully. She's wearing a slinky black dress that seems to follow her in these waving movements each time. A drink sits on the table in front of her, maybe a sip taken of it based on the red lipstick stuck to the glass. Her legs are crossed at the ankles underneath the table. This is Reilynn. Reilynn Echo. Pleasure.
Hi.
Would you like anything to drink, my dear?
I get the feeling it's going to be a long night, so if you have it, a mug, some cream or some sugar, and maybe a carafe or a pot of coffee.
I can definitely do that. I'll have one of my girls send it up.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And she walks past you as she goes to do about her business,
Echo walks over.
leaving you alone.
Echo walks over and takes a seat at the table. You'll have to forgive me, I'm a little more put together than this. Normally, this is... I don't know how to categorize this. I don't know how to describe it. It's just unexpected, awkward, interesting, intriguing. Take your pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I do get that you don't want to be here. You'd rather be, like, literally anywhere else. Your body language screams that. So, why don't we have a chat, get this over with. You can tell me yay or nay. And we'll get you on your way.
Seraphina tells me you want to become one of us.
That's the idea.
She reaches over and takes a sip of the drink in front of her, looking at you. What's going to happen if I agree to do this? What are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
Try to make something in my life. Something more than I have, because I'm not cut out to be as is. There's been a lot, and I do mean a lot. There's been a lot of self-reflection, there's been a lot of self-discovery, but there's also been a lot of literally just barely hanging on.
And are you going to keep hanging out around this little den of debauchery?
Until I get on my feet.
So she's still collecting strays.
Yeah, people seem to use that phrase around her.
Because it's true.
Is it that she collects strays, though? Or is it that she sees something in people and she has a rather... what's the word? Despite the fact that she's not human, is it that she keeps collecting strays, or is it that she has that slight maternal instinct that never really died? Gotta protect her own.
I say she... Call it what you will. I call it a Toreador wanting to be surrounded by the exceptional to make it seem like she's this amazing maternal figure.
Look at what she's done. Look at what she's made. She's made a haven. At least from what I've seen. I've been told about the rules here, or at least apprised of them. Everybody seems, I mean, despite the fact that everybody probably has their own things going on, everybody seems relatively happy here, as much as one can be. They seem to be comfortable at this point in time. It's almost like they belong.
Belonging is such a vague term.
Yeah, but do you know how hard it is to find that?
She managed to find it, sure, and surround herself with rather exceptional kindred. She has one, from what I understand, that's over a century old, which, quite frankly, to find one willing to work with someone as young as her is quite fascinating.
She didn't find it.
However,
she made it. That takes effort, that takes talent, that takes persistence. You don't just build something like that overnight.
you seem rather attached for someone that just met her less than 24 hours ago.
Not attached, intrigued. I see the good.
Yeah,
I see the
she
good
has
here.
that effect on people.
Anyways, enough about her. I know you're only here because she called in a favor. And apparently for you, that's... turning down an owed favor is, from what I've been told, one of the biggest offenses that somebody can give.
I see you've been learning.
Yeah, I tend to do that. You don't just stumble into my path, into what I do, and not learn quickly. If you don't, I mean, sometimes it can end up putting you in harm's way, which I'm no stranger to either, but that's a story for another night.
What do you know about what I am exactly? Not the vagueness of it, but what I am.
Very little. I know you can't walk in the sunlight. I know there's that never ending thirst. I know you possess capabilities that would probably make my life both a lot easier and a lot harder at the same time, but I also know that you possess the ability for me to take my own life into my own hands. For once. Other than that, not much. My being here is happenstance at best. It's pure chance. And it's not one that I'm likely to pass up easily.
You see creeping up from beside her. You couldn't see it because of the table. This strange shadow tendril thing that's like, it looks like if an octopus was only made of tendrils and if it was a Lovecraftian nightmare's wet dream. Just this ooey gooey thing that goes up and like taps the glass. She, without looking down at it, like pushes the glass towards the strange creature, keeping her eyes squarely on you, and the creature's just like wraps itself around it as if it's like enjoying the feeling of the cool glass against its skin, its shadow. You're not sure what it is. You just think this is the creepiest thing I've seen tonight.
One success for composure. It was supposed to be a composure and
You managed to
composure and etiquette roll, but I don't have any dice in etiquette, so
You managed to stop yourself from screaming, but it sends a chill down your spine.
Echo kind of visibly shudders, but doesn't shy away. Sits there, staring at it, and then looks back at Reilynn for a moment.
Have you been introduced? Do you know what the clans are? Or at least what the clans belong to?
Analogies have been given that you're all part of the same tree but different branches? And that you're more of an
Yes.
undefined one.
I don't know who my sire was. And since I don't know who my sire was, and there's no way to know for sure who it was, I am considered part of the factionless. We are shunned within Kindred society for not knowing who or what we are. I could care less, really. If anything, it gives me power. We're able to learn things that the other factions, quite frankly, can't. However, that comes with the downside of if we do something that is so out of our control or so out of the bound of what we can or can't do, we could literally burn ourselves up from the inside out.
See, you say that like it's a bad thing, but I don't really... All I see is possibilities.
The shadow tendril thing is currently like making its way over to you as a waitress comes by with the largest cup of coffee you have ever seen and a little basket full of creamers and sugars. She is pointedly not looking at the weird shadow tendril thing as Reilynn says, "Paul, leave them alone." And the tendril thing, named Paul, apparently just like pouts and rolls back towards her. And you're sure this is what you want? You know there's no coming back from this. There is no cure for this.
Am I sure? No. Am I confident? Not even the slightest. But, like I said, I see possibilities, I see hope, I see chance, I see the ability to make something of myself. And like they say, no pain, no gain. Those who are unwilling to take a risk, those who are unwilling to step outside of their comfort zone, rarely reap the rewards of what life, or I suppose in this case, unlife, has to offer. Fortune favors the bold, does it not? Ultimately, the choice is yours. You can tell me no, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I'll go on with my life as it is. Echo reaches over into the basket of creamers, opens a couple, dumps them into the coffee with one hand, grabs some of the sugar, rips them, puts them in the coffee and stirs up, takes a sip, just kind of sits there for a moment savoring at the flavor. But the fact remains that no matter what happens here tonight, with the knowledge that this exists, I won't be going back. Not to what I was. Not to the life I had before. My life has changed inextricably at this point. My life is forever altered, whether or not I remember this. I told Seraphina the same thing. And if I am forced back into that box, well, I guess there's going to be one less problem to worry about. Not that you should care. Not that it should matter to you.
I don't.
Obviously. Not that you should... Not that it should matter to you. But something also tells me I wouldn't be sitting here if Seraphina didn't think it was possible. If Seraphina didn't think I held some sort of promise. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but she has a gift for seeing things in people, yes? Even if it's ill-intended underneath the surface, she still has a gift for seeing things in people, yes?
I will give you that much. She has a uncanny talent for finding hidden gems.
How long have you known her?
Seraphina? I met her. Double check the note. Well, let's see. Seraphina got embraced in the early 2000s, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I don't really pay attention to embrace dates. I want to say I met her about 10 years ago, give or take. We met through a mutual acquaintance of ours.
Yeah, that's a fair bit of time to know somebody and not at least get to know them a little bit. Not to be able to at least somewhat trust that they know what they're doing. Echo takes another sip from the mug. It doesn't seem like you're entirely convinced, and quite honestly, there's nothing I can do to convince you, like change your mind. Nothing I say will most likely matter to you. Nothing I do will change your mind unless you see something. So, with you having made up your mind already, I suppose.
You assume I've made up my mind?
That's the impression you're given.
Seraphina wouldn't be cashing in a favor unless she knew it would be worth something to her. It's one of the couple of things I respect about her. She hoards her favors until she knows she uses them for the greater good, whether that's for herself, her business, or her coterie. I fail to see why anyone would want to become a part of my clan, even though technically it is not one.
Again,
I will make you a deal.
Echo stops, puts the cup down, and looks directly at Reilynn, meeting eye for eye.
I am not a teacher.
I don't.
Everything you learn, you will have to learn.
I don't expect you to teach me anything.
Good. Also, I don't want it getting out that I was the one that sired you. Because quite frankly, to sire someone without the approval of the higher-ups, that is just something I don't want to deal with.
That's fair.
And considering the fact that this place allows that to happen, because of its little magic doodads thanks to the Tremere bullshit, that can happen. I will give you my contact information. You can call me once to use in a case of an emergency, and that is it. Ideally something that has to do with violence. That is what I specialize in. However, you are now Seraphina's problem, not mine. If she wants to use her one favor and make it so that I don't owe her anything, fine. I will use it on this.
Echo says nothing.
What do you say?
Takes a sip out of that giant mug again and just stares at Reilynn. You want to know why? First. Why I would choose your clan as opposed to one of the others. Has a little more standing. Because where you see struggles, I see opportunity, I see flexibility, and the ability to serve me as I need. Don't mistake me. I know it ain't gonna be easy. Nothing ever is. But you have the ability to learn things, from what I've been told, that most others don't. You provide the best opportunity for what I need to do, given my line of work. And in that, I can make the world my plaything for once, make it my bitch. I've been shat on for most of my life. That stops now. There's a very good chance after tonight that you won't hear from me again. You don't want anything to do with me? That's fine. I get it. Who wants that kind of trouble, right? Who wants that kind of crap always popping up at the most inopportune moment and possibly fucking up your plans for the next decade? Time after time after time after time again. Who wants the responsibility? You've got enough to look after, you know, your own plans, your own motives, your own goals. You've got your own things in the works. Who wants to have to worry about somebody else? But me? This city, it holds so much that has yet to be uncovered. I'm the type of writer, I'm the type of person that wants to get down to the nitty-gritty, dig into the underbelly. And having a bit of extra firepower when you're doing that, having a bit of extra weight behind you, I can tell a story. Not yours. Not Seraphina's. I can go do my own thing, tell my own story, the way I want to, without fear of everything just collapsing and ending because I couldn't pay a fucking bill. I see hope, and if you think for one moment that my determination for this is going to waver because you want nothing to do with me, I'm sorry, but you're sorely mistaken. Do I make my point? You can tell there's almost like
She continues to look at
confidence in Echo. Echo's just kind of sitting there staring, and there's a hard look in their eye. A very hard look.
There it is. She leans back in her chair. It seems to actually start to relax for once, a smirk on their face. About fucking time. Picks up her glass and takes a drink of it. I don't like meek people. I don't like people who beat around the bush. They're quite frankly fucking annoying.
That's a facade.
I don't like people without drive.
That's a facade to draw people in. Many masks. All designed with a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Seraphina has the same thing. It's one of the reasons why we somewhat get along. She does things a bit too diplomatically for my liking.
Yeah, I don't fly by diplomacy when I can get things done other ways, when it doesn't serve me. So to answer your question... Yeah. Oh wait, am I sure? No. Am I confident in my choices tonight? No, but again... Fortune favors the bold, and I'm here staring down the barrel of this... or mediocrity at best.
Okay. I can say for certain you have now impressed me. I was starting to get worried that Seraphina was introducing you to a little pup again. Fine. Okay. Sure. I still don't want people to know I'm your sire, because like I said, I don't want to have to deal with Prince.
I'm sorry, who are you?
She's a bitch. There. Oh, there's a good puppy. All right. Well, I doubt she wants us to do it out here. Girl. And the waitress who was standing off to the side walks over. Yes? Tell your boss I need a private room, ideally without any of her security. I will see what I can do, ma'am. Thank you. And she digs into her wallet and hands her a $100 bill for the drinks and your tip. She takes the bill, walks off.
Echo picks up the mug, takes another sip. Doesn't say anything.
Paul slowly crawls off the table, lands on the ground with a wet slump, and starts to transform into like a shadowy tendril dog of some sort, and scratches itself behind the ear with one of its tentacles. It is still the creepiest thing you have ever seen.
Echo stares for a moment. Just watches. Well, we've all got our
Moments
things, I
later.
suppose.
Paul has served me well. A few moments later, the waitress comes back. I have a private... Serafina has made a private room prepared for you in... Sorry. Rewind. Serafina has the room prepared for you. Reilynn raises an eyebrow. She had it prepared beforehand, didn't she? The waitress just gives a small smile like, I wouldn't know, ma'am. I just work here. Very well. All right. Reilynn stands up. You coming?
Echo nods. Takes a sip from that cup of coffee again. Puts the cup back down on the table. Looks at it for a second. Something occurs to her, floats through her head. And they follow.
The girl takes you to one of the back rooms. It past a break room, see that Marcus is still calmly chatting with the girl from before. Looks to be like a waitress. She has like an in-training badge on top of her name tag. She seems a lot calmer than what you saw earlier, and he's just like speaking to her very softly as you guys walk past them. You see Rafe walking by with a big crate of bottles. Looks like wine, maybe tequila. You don't know. You're kind of not fully focusing. And she takes you to a back room where there is a throw of a bunch of different pillows in one of the corners, as well as a mini fridge with who knows what inside. The waitress gives a small nod. Make sure to let Miss Serafina know when you are done, Miss Reilynn. Before leaving, Reilynn walks into the room. It's for you to come inside.
We'll follow.
Hey, I just received pictures of Paul and Reilynn, so...
Give me one quick second.
Okay, yeah. If you need to take a bio break, go take a bio break. That is happening. Everyone, Reilynn and Paul. And I am sure Blaze will put that up when they are back. Sun Chips. This episode is brought to you by Sun Chips. Not really, but hey. Has everyone had some water today?
Sorry, coffee goes right through me.
For those of you that entered late earlier, if you go further up, you'll see Marcus, who is head of security, the military-looking guy. You and Reilynn are currently in this little room off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
She gently puts her hands on your shoulders and pushes you back into the enormous pile of pillows and forces you to sit down on them.
Completely
I'm just
valuable.
going to remind you that before you become what I am, you will die. And the transformation will not be pleasant.
If I was expecting softness, if I was expecting ease, honey, I wouldn't have written off my parents and their cash. I wouldn't have struck out on my own, trying to find my own path, and I wouldn't have forsaken the family business. And I most certainly wouldn't be here.
All right. Welcome to your first steps of becoming a part of the undead. And without another word, she sinks her fangs into your neck. You feel pure euphoria as her fangs sink into your throat. You know what she is doing, and a part of your mind is fighting against you, telling you no, wrong. But it's quickly washed out with this feeling of pure pleasure from the feeling of the bite of the kiss. Even as you feel yourself ever so slowly beginning to feel weaker and weaker, as you feel your senses dull from the blood loss. The feeling and the pleasure is like none you have ever felt before, and it might be one you never feel again. Seconds turn into minutes, and you are suddenly pushed into the depths of darkness as your heart stops. You're not sure how long you're dead for. It's not like anything you've read before. It's not like seeing your life flash before your eyes. It is cold, dark, alone. You're not sure how long you're there. It could be seconds, minutes, hours, days. You're not sure. You just find yourself alone. And then suddenly, your eyes flash open. You gasp for air, but even though you don't feel you need it, the sudden shock of being awake again as you taste a metallic, coppery taste in your mouth. Reilynn is standing over you, her wrist slit down, the blood from it trickling down and into your mouth. Welcome to the land of the dead.
Just a groan. A slight twitch. Echo's eyes are locked on to Reilynn at this point.
Can you make a dexterity and athletics check for me, please?
Yeah, 1 second while I switch character sheets.
First roll as a kindred!
One moment while I find that character sheet, please. I know it's here, I just gotta... Yeah, here we are.
Take your time.
Dexterity and athletics, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. That's a fail! Not a success. No critical, no, bestial fails, but it is not a single success.
Your limbs are still trying to gain back sensation, so it's a moment too late when you're suddenly hit in the face with a blood bag. That.
Head flies back, or at least pushes back into the pillow as I'm hit in the face with the blood bag.
Uh-huh.
Trying to move my arms. Not working.
Mm-hmm.
Not working. I just groan.
Well, this is... What, did it not work?
Give me a minute.
Well, I can certainly try, but I don't know how long your fangirl outside will wait.
Against my better judgment, let her in.
Alright. She opens the door and in zooms Ro, being like, "Oh my god, are you okay? I heard what was happening. I stayed out of it. Why aren't your arms moving?"
Give me a second.
You can see her vibrating beside you as she's trying not to overwhelm you, but also has this overwhelming urge to want to help you, but doesn't know how.
Just sit. Without even
She
thinking,
sits down.
without even thinking, one of Echo's hands comes up. Hasn't been able to move them up until now, but one of Echo's hands come up and just like motions to the chair. Just do me a favor and sit. Oh,
Okay.
shit. Cool.
Yay.
Moves the blood bag off of their face. Just kind of holds onto it for a second and sits up. And blinks. That it?
What, were you expecting a parade?
No, just anticlimactic.
Could be worse. Could be embraced by a Nosferatu. Their bones break for their transformation.
Oh, that's like what's his nuts the other day.
Probably. Did it look like their face was melted?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
There anything I need to know?
Stay out of the sun.
Yep.
Avoid holy people.
Okay.
Figure out your predator type.
Gotcha. Echo reaches in.
Don't do anything stupid.
Echo reaches into an... Echo ignores that comment and reaches into an inside pocket on their jacket. And pulls out a card and hands it over. If you need...
Reilynn will take it.
If you need somebody to dig into something. Figure something out. If you need a story written, cover story, I don't care. Consider this, I guess, my first favor offered. I don't know what you'd call it, but favor, for lack of a better word.
All right. She takes the card, and she actually hands you a small piece of paper.
Take it, unfold.
It has a phone number on it.
Fold it, unfold it, look at it.
It has a phone number on it.
Mhm.
That is for one of my burner phones.
Understood.
If you need me, you may call me, but bear in mind, I am not staying here long. I need to get back on my murder bus and go do things.
You go do what you're gonna do. As promised, you hold no ties to me. I'll figure things out.
No official ties.
You hold no ties to me. I'll figure things out.
Okay. Good. All right. She looks at Ro, who is still like vibrating in her seat. Do I know you? Ro. No? All right then. She leaves. Do you need a straw?
Kind of look at the bag for a second. For this? Not really feeling it all that much at the moment.
It's different for everyone. It might take you a bit to, like, get used to it.
So what now?
We tell Serafina the good news. If she doesn't already know from the fact that I came running here from across the room. And considering the fact that I guess we find you a teacher or see what you want to learn, because your clan can actually learn random shit. Because, yay for diversity! Yay! You can clear she's still trying to downplay it and try not to overwhelm you.
Look, from what I know of you and who you are, you're practically vibrating on the inside, and I appreciate you're trying to mute that on my account, on my, for my sake. I would appreciate it if you did not take you as you are or not at all, right? Just out with it, and for the love of God, don't fucking strain anything trying to hold it back.
Oh, thank God! I was so worried because sometimes go so terribly, terribly, terribly. It doesn't work, and sometimes it does work, but sometimes it's like, oh my God!
First things first.
You should drink something, because you don't want your beast to take over.
Not really feeling it at the moment. I feel oddly complacent for the first time ever.
It will take a second. Sometime. I mean, it took me like almost 24 hours for me to fully feel.
How about we take this one step at a time?
Okay.
What I'm gonna need...
Hmm?
You wanted to know what I want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna need is a way to get into trouble. I'm going to need a way to get information. It would be better off if people didn't remember that I'm looking for information, which I believe Serafina said she can do. And the more that I can get around unseen, the better.
I know just the people for that. I'm one of them.
I get to teach someone things.
No time like the present, I suppose.
Yes. First things first, though, I'm going to need you to drink that bag. At the very least, so we can see if you can handle bagged blood, because if not, then we got a whole nother situation we gotta deal with.
Alright. Echo takes the bag of blood. Kind of looks at it for a second. You got a pair of scissors?
Oh, yeah. I always have one on me. She takes out her bag, her little backpack, unzips it, and takes out this rather, like, ornate pair of scissors that kind of looks like they're used for, like, sewing or something, and hands them to you.
Echo takes the pair of scissors, looks at the little plastic tail on the bag, and snips it.
Mm-hmm.
And downs it.
Now, I need to quickly check about your blood predator type.
Predator type is Osiris.
Told me about. Yes, so correct me if I'm wrong. That means you can't drink anything that's not
It's not that I can't. It's
Osiris.
It's just more. Osiris is more effective.
Okay. You drink the blood. You still feel that pain. Even as you drink it, it kind of tastes like watered down lemonade. Still good. Still refreshing. It's not quite hitting, though. But it's enough to tide you over.
Just kind of make a face. Better?
Yes. Let's go tell Seraphina the good news.
Unsure of what else to do, Echo will follow along.
Ro has like linked arms with you and is just like hopping as they're walking towards Seraphina's office. And as you get to Seraphina's office, she currently appears to be on the phone with somebody and just says, yes, yes, okay, very well, keep me posted. Hangs up the phone. Ah. She looks at you for a few moments, tilts her head, like, I see congratulations are in order.
That remains to be seen. Wait until I do something spectacular first.
Very well. So, I take it there's a reason you came to see me aside from congratulations, judging by how the fact Ro is still vibrating?
Ro wanted to tell you things, but first, everything okay?
Of course.
Alright.
Nothing you need to worry about, at the very...
I see. Alright then.
Echo wants to learn things. We knew Echo would want to learn things, my dear. That's part of their clan. But they want to learn things from us, Seraphina. Things we can teach them. And they can be a cool, super cool spy, investigator, reporter, thing. A cool spy, investigator, reporter thing. I see.
Look.
Yes, I am sure that's the official title.
Let me translate. I'm a journalist by trade. I dig into things. I get into places I shouldn't necessarily be in. I can get into trouble. I'm looking for skills that will enable me to better get into trouble, to get myself out of trouble, to remain in some cases unseen, and to be able to get information. Those are the tools of my trade. The better off I can do that, the more effective I can be. That's why I did this.
All right.
It would also help.
Well, in that
If
case, there are a few disciplines you want to learn.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say in that it would also help if I could make it so people can't remember afterwards that I've been poking around, but I guess until I learn that, I'll adapt.
Well, if anything, that skill is probably going to be your easiest one to learn.
Okay.
I can teach you that, and actually so can Ro.
Cool. No time like the present.
Very well. Ro, get a chair. You may want to get a drink. And we will teach you how to dominate the mind.
Let's do it.
And Blaze, how am I going to do this? Because I don't want to just give it to you.
My ASTs may have some ideas.
Yes, ASTs in the chat to get 1 point and to dominate. What kind of role should it be, you think?
I'm going to go through my disciplines with you that I have built out on this character sheet, and we're going to redo them.
Okay.
So, I'm going to do that after session, but...
Mhm.
That being said, this feels like a natural stopping point.
That it does.
In which case...
With that, thank you
So, go ahead.
I was gonna close us out and say, in that case, thank you everyone for joining us for episode 2, Decisions.